Oh, hi there everyone. Iron Drac here. It's been a couple days since I made a video. I didn't want to sound paranoid or anything. The other day when I was on the bus, I ran into a peculiar character. Slightly a bit of a weirdo. No, he was alright though, but there's some reasons I'm not going to explain, especially on a YouTube video, on why I thought he was weird. Anyway, he was kind of normal. It was just a very weird sort of conversation we had. We started talking about politics, a little bit about conspiracy theory, talked quite a bit about Donald Trump. We were on the bus for a solid 20-25 minutes. The bus driver actually went the wrong way, and we ended up on the same bus for a bit longer, and he made it a point to sit next to me. We talked a bit about Edward Snowden. I think he's overrated, and I don't think he did that much. I think he's just a poster boy. So I haven't really looked into too much about Edward Snowden. I watched a video a day or two ago where he was explaining Smurfs, as they call them in NSA, where they can video record you from your phone or audio record you. Anytime you go on the internet, they can watch you, and this, that, and the other. Basically spying on you. And this guy was telling me, every time you pick up your web camera, you're being watched. So I took that into consideration when I started thinking about the nature of my channel. I don't have a problem putting up videos of stuff I want to talk about on YouTube for people to watch, anybody to watch. But saying that, I want to make videos where I'm talking and I'm using the right combination of words, because I usually make my videos off the top of my head just as I'm talking, so it's better to be knowledgeable about the subject that you're discussing. So sometimes I go through trial and error. I'll talk for 5 or 10 minutes on the camera and then go, well, I don't really like this, so I'm going to delete it and try again. It's not because I had the wrong idea, it's just I may have used the wrong combination of words, and there are people who like to pick apart stories and really twist your words and assume you meant something when you didn't really mean that, or take things out of context or whatever. So I'm trying to minimize that. For starters, my iPhone and my Canon camera, two of the three things I use to video record, are actually in my refrigerator right now. So if NSA or anyone else is watching, they can see what I've got in my fridge. I have almond butter, sausages, milk, margarine, some Black Forest ham, that kind of stuff, so they can be entertained by that. The third camera I have is a web camera I purchased a few years ago. I do not believe this is Wi-Fi compatible. I've long since lost the box and the instructions. It's just basically a point and shoot. You put it in your computer and you turn it on and you start talking into it. And then you can save the video and then just upload it onto YouTube, which I'm going to do. I've taken another precaution because my computer is somewhat old. It's a good solid 6 years old. I don't even know exactly. I could show you the insides of it because I have the case off right now, but this camera is quite unreliable as far as video quality goes. I mean, when I bought it, I was under the impression it was 1080p, but it clearly is not. Anyway, I'm no computer expert. I don't understand components and things like that. I could barely tell you what the motherboard looks like. But I do not believe this is Wi-Fi compatible. I have disconnected the internet while making this video from my computer. My computer monitor is in fact a TV, which they're making all of them Wi-Fi compatible as well. I do not believe that this one is Wi-Fi compatible or has a microphone in it or anything like that, because it is a good solid 10 years old, if not older. Still works perfectly fine. One day it's going to break down, obviously, but that day is yet to come. I don't even have a pixel out on my screen. This all may seem paranoid, and perhaps it's a little bit, but a little bit of concern can be a good thing. I'm going to upload this video onto YouTube. I just think I should make my videos from now on with no internet access until I decide to upload the video, in case, I bumble up my words, or I just whatever I said didn't make sense, or I'm not happy with the finished product or whatever. It's not easy making videos. It's not easy talking into a screen and not knowing who's watching on the other end. I mean, I've made the point of saying in previous videos that you may only get 1 or 2 views, or at least YouTube tells you only got 1 or 2 views, but that doesn't mean X amount of people haven't seen it. It's a very tricky system. I've made videos where I think the analytics don't make any sense, and I still think that. It's been about 2.5, 3 weeks since I've had anything to drink. I think that's a good thing, because I'm a little bit less sloppy now than I used to be, or at least I like to think I am. I am trying to make good videos. Been busy with work quite a bit lately, so I haven't had the time to make as many videos as I would like. I certainly want to get into the habit of making them every day. I've perused some of the YouTube channels from former high school acquaintances. I'm not going to say we were buds or anything like that. I didn't have anything against them. They were perfectly fine people, but we just didn't really hang out too much, or at all. Well, not one of them really has a successful YouTube channel. Okay, they don't pour their effort into it like I try to. I certainly don't see, over 30 hours worth of content on their channels. Okay, some of mine's sloppy, some of mine needs editing, big time editing, because there's just things that are a bit messy and sloppy and amateur about it. And I've seen some of their channels, and they've got a bit more of a professional look to them, but as far as I can tell, I actually have the most views, particularly on singular videos. And besides, my channel's just way more cool than theirs. They got a politically correct mainstream society sort of stuff. And me, I talk, okay? I talk about all kinds of theories and beliefs and concerns I have. And I'm not afraid to say something that's going to offend somebody else. That doesn't bother me. Obviously, if you talk on a social media platform, you're going to get trolls who don't like you, who don't like anybody who's trying to be an aspiring YouTube person. They're They're either jealous, incapable, scared, or whatever. I've been called all kinds of names, and I can handle it. Yeah, anyway, I did want to upgrade my computer because it does have a nasty habit of crashing for no reason. But I think I'll hold off on that because guaranteed any new computer today will have Wi-Fi compatibility, whether you want it to or not. And I like to operate a little bit in secret. Like, I know for a solitary fact that somebody has accessed my computer and taken a look at every file, every folder, every nook and cranny, and try to look for dirt on me or find out my credit card number or anything, or my PayPal account. And they won't have been successful in finding anything they wanted. This is where I keep all my internet stuff, okay? I do have a few CDs that have some old pornography on them, but that's just about it. And actually, that's on the computer as well, so I don't actually have any files that aren't already on the computer. I got nothing to hide. That being said, again, I don't want to talk sloppy or say something stupid on the computer without a chance to edit it. So, for the next while at least, I will not be making videos with my Canon camera, which is too bad because it's a better camera for the type of videos I like to make when I'm showing something. When I have some personal collectibles or whatever that I would like to show, it's much easier to do with that camera than it is with this web camera, because it actually does have better video quality than this web camera. But this will do for the time being for the type of videos I'm going to be making. And I think any aspiring YouTube personality should take the precautions by making videos on a platform or device that is not Wi-Fi compatible. You don't have to talk about conspiracy theories like I do, or anything of a critical nature to be worried about somebody checking in on you, because all these internet providers, Big Brother and all those guys, they can stick their nose into your business whenever they want, and it's not really illegal, because it's almost like you're in a public place, the internet. It's like it's not your property, the internet. No matter what you say or do there, it is not your property. It is their internet. And if you're in a neutral location, then they're allowed to observe you. And if you don't want to be observed, you don't want to have a personality examination done on you, don't make YouTube videos, and you probably shouldn't even go on the internet. I don't mind having people judge me. In fact, if it gets me more YouTube views and I actually start making a little bit of money out of this, then be totally worth it. Odds are, well, not odds are, but there is a possibility that as soon as I connect to the internet, my computer's going to get scanned anonymously, and this video will get discovered. But that doesn't even matter, because I'm going to put it up on YouTube anyway. This is my attempt to make a video that I like the look of, where I think I'm talking professionally, and I can edit things here and there if I, whatever. And be able to show the video product that I would like. This precaution might be too little because I don't know for a solid fact that there isn't some sort of Wi-Fi device in my computer. I don't know there isn't one in my web camera, and I don't know there isn't one in my television screen. I would figure it has to be a physical component. I really don't think computer data can send off a Wi-Fi signal. I don't think so. I can't see electricity, which is basically what it is, being able to transmit a Wi-Fi signal. But then again, I don't know. The battery pack on my computer, which is fairly new, it was about a year old because my old one burnt out. I don't know, there's not a Wi-Fi signal in there. I wouldn't even know what it looks like. And again, this all stems from a slight paranoia, a slight concern over my internet activity. Not that I've done anything particularly wrong. I mean, I've been a prick here and there, but some people are easily offended, and it takes a greater understanding to see something you don't like and respond appropriately to it. Not to overthink things and not to overreact. And I just want to make this video addressing some standard practices you may want to do if you're an aspiring YouTube artist, and maybe you're a bit overly concerned with whom watches your product, your YouTube content. So this should help alleviate some concerns some people have. Just try and find things that aren't Wi-Fi compatible, and you should be fine. I do go through periods where I'm a bit more concerned than others about my online activity, because it's a very strange atmosphere I'm in. Like, I don't know anybody who really talks about my social media accounts, and I actually don't get a chance to have much in-depth conversation with anyone about anything. And my life is a bit strange and quiet in ways that are difficult to explain. Part of the reason why I made a YouTube channel in the first place was because this was my window to the world. Because I had certain disadvantages. I don't get invited to parties. I don't hang out with friends. I don't have a girlfriend. This, that, and the other. And some people live through their internet activities. I don't personally want to do that, but over the years I've had to do that just to have some sort of modicum of interaction and an actual life. Saying that, I'm not particularly used to being in a real life social scene. I'm at a disadvantage because I just, it's not that I don't have any experience in the real world. It's just, it's very minimal. I haven't been able to communicate person to person very well for a long time. And there's just certain situations where I would not be able to respond like an adult. For example, like in the real world, if you do something to make somebody mad, they're gonna yell at you. They're gonna control this the conversation one way or another, so that you're at the disadvantage, and you have to respect their authority. And that comes in many forms, and I'm quite honestly not used to it. I'd be putty in their hands. I can't help it. I never really had proper experience actually dealing with people as an adult. Obviously, when I was younger, I didn't really know what to think of what, and most of the time when I was presented with authority and I didn't agree with it, I simply disrespected it and ignored it. You can't do that all the time. You really do have to, just try your best, and that's all you can do. Yeah, I'm trying to grow up a little bit. I'm 30 years old, but it's funny. I don't want to sound like a pansy or anything, but it's not difficult to make me cry. I've not cried on any of my YouTube videos or anything like that, and I've talked about some serious stuff. Just watch some of my videos and you'll see the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Okay, some of them might be a little bit paranoia, but some of them are somewhat accurate towards serious things that are going on in the world. But it's a lot different talking into a computer screen than it is interacting with people who are emotionally and physically tough. I'm not ready for that. I need to be gently coaxed into a more normal kind of life, because I am in a bit of a unique social situation. It's not the people around me's fault, but I don't know. I'm just speculating on a lot of things, but yeah, there's a lot going on around that I don't know about, and I can only guess, hypothesize on what that sort of stuff may be. I guess probably going to start thinking about turning this camera off and then uploading this video onto YouTube, as it were. This was my first go at making this particular video, and it's turned out quite the way I like it, based on everything I remember talking about. Obviously I haven't stopped recording it, watched it, and then started messing around with my video editing programs to put in stuff. You can tell that because I forgot what that word was that Brad Pitt used in Fight Club when he was working in the movie theater, when he was talking about cutting and splicing video. I think he called them cigarette burns or something, or something like that. Anyway, that's not that. Yeah. So anyway, this is what I wanted to talk about, and gonna see about making another video tonight. But I'm ready to upload this one. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.